Welcome back. You're watching the Property Show. Moving on to our next question, which comes in from Shreyans Karode. Hi, Shreyans. How can we help you?
Yeah, hi. I am talking from Baroda. I am staying here in a rental accommodation presently, and I'm scouting for a property to purchase it.
Okay.
My budget is around 40 to 45 lakhs, and I am looking for a property which has good amenities in Baroda. So I would like your suggestions within this budget, in which area, and from appreciation wise, which could be the best deal.
All right. So Vadodara, 45 lakhs. He's looking at two properties. He had emailed us: Mona Lisa Apartments in Manjalpur and Sequel Residency Gotri by Shriji Infrastructure. Samir, how do these properties look?
First of all, we should talk about the three micro markets that he has shortlisted also. The three micro markets that you had shortlisted projects in were Gotri Road, Sama, Savli Road and Manjalpur. Although these micro markets have all got good infrastructure, but we would recommend you to go for Manjalpur for sure. Is one of the good residential areas with upper middle class profile, and it's been developed with much better infrastructure compared to the other micro markets. And the Manjalpur flyover near Lal Bagh is one of the biggest flyovers in Vadodara, connecting Manjalpur to Rajmahal Road and from Pratapnagar to Vishwamitra Bridge. So that's the first part. So out of the three projects that you shortlisted, we like them all, but we would recommend you to look at Manjalpur, and we've got one more recommendation in Manjalpur. Even from a price appreciation perspective, inventory overhang of all the three micro markets is fine because there's limited supply. Gotri Road being 16 months, Savli Road being 11 months and Manjalpur being 15 months. The weighted average price of Manjalpur is about 3,000 rupees a square foot, owing to the better infrastructure that I was talking about. Savli Road is 2650 and Gotri Road is 2840 for the mid segment. Appreciation wise also, Manjalpur has scored the highest at 10% on an analyzed basis, followed by Gotri Road at 8%, and finally at Savli Road is at 7.5%. The first project gets our #1 ranking, which is the Mona Lisa Apartments in Manjalpur by Lab Group. This is a large project offering of 2 and 3 BHKs. The project is just behind the More Mega Store near Lal Bagh Railway Crossing. Project is in phases. Gym, swimming pool, walking, jogging tracks, all there in the project, and the developer has a very good track record there. Secondly, we have Sequel Residency by Shriji Infrastructure. This is at 2625. Small project of 8 blocks. This is our last rank. Developer has a decent market image. Rooftop swimming pool is there as one of the highlights, and rooftop jogging track is also there. Orchid Harmony by Orchid Realty Private Limited. This is at 2351. The cheapest project out of the three. Small project consisting of 6 blocks in Savli Road. Developer again reputed. Amenities like RO systems, lift with power backup, multi-purpose halls are being offered in this project. The last is our recommendation in Manjalpur. This is at 3200. Project is Angel Residency by Pratham Prakon. Developer claims to have even 100% bank loan available. Project ready since October 2014 and with good occupancy. So no execution risk whatever, but project has basic amenities but good location.
Okay, Shreyans, so all three markets, Gotri Road, Sama Savli Road and Manjalpur, all three score well on the infrastructure front, but among the three, the top rated would be Manjalpur. Okay, moving on to your to our next question, which comes in from Pranshu Upadhyay. Hi Pranshu, how can we help you?
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Doing well, thank you. How can we help you?
Okay, good. Yeah, sure. So I'm a first-time buyer and I want to buy a property in Mumbai for my own use. So what I've identified is eastern suburbs or areas of Vikhroli, Powai, Kanjurmarg. So that spectrum is quite broad. My budget is around 3 to 3.2 CR, and I'm looking for a 2 or 3 BHK depending on which of these pockets I pick up. So I wanted recommendation on those projects. I am only interested in projects which are obviously under construction in a span of 3.5 years, and also from A-grade builders. So some of the projects I looked at, I could only look at Godrej Platinum that came into this thing, and I could hear about Godrej Trees as well, which will get launched soon. But I wanted your recommendation in terms of, good projects in this particular area in this budget.
Okay. So Mumbai, 3 crores, she has shortlisted a couple of locations, Vikhroli, Powai, Kanjurmarg, Ghatkopar, Wadala or Chembur, and he has shortlisted some properties by Godrej and Lodhas. Samir, what's your take?
Vikhroli is a good micro market. It's mostly owned by the Godrej Group. They own over 3,000 odd acres over there. Supply is very limited. The weighted average price for the mid to luxury segment over there is 15,000 rupees a square foot. Wadala, on the other hand, is much cheaper on price points in terms of more centrally location, and 18,000 rupees is the weighted average price of the market. There is inventory overhang of 30 months in Wadala, and Vikhroli is 12 months. On those charts, Vikhroli looks very nice because the supply is extremely limited in those micro markets. The price appreciation trends, if you were to look at, Vikhroli has got about 14% price appreciation on an annualized basis, and Wadala has been about 7%. So it's a good time to buy into Wadala also. Lodha Group is a project that definitely gets a go-ahead from our side at 18,000 rupees a square foot, spread over 23 acres to be developed in phases. The architecture is from Singapore. The landscaping is also by a firm from Singapore. Project is 3 kilometers from Bhakti Park monorail station. The connectivity of Wadala is improving day by day and has now got fantastic connectivity already. 15 acres is reserved for green area in this project, and there will be a commercial inside the township which will come up in the near future. The Godrej Platinum, of course, they own most of Vikhroli, but this is 30,000 rupees carpet all inclusive. The developer is fantastic. It's just that you have to be comfortable with the price. This is a carpet area price though. All 4 towers are at different stages of construction. Tower 1 is ready and occupied as well, and tower just got ready for possession, Tower 2. Tower 3 is in finishing stages. The other modern amenities will be the clubhouse, which is ready, and the Godrej Memorial Hospital is right next door. We have one more recommendation in Wadala for you at 18,000, which is Zion by Ajmera Realty, available in the resale market. This is also part of a 100-acre township, which is going to be developed in phases. Zion construction is at initial stages right now. Inside the township, there's a 25-acre sport academy, theatre, and an upcoming Ajmera school. The location is just 1 kilometer from the Bhakti Park monorail station.
Okay, moving on to Thane now. We have an email from Ashwin Reddy. Ashwin says, can you give me more details on this project, Srushti Vihar in Vasant Vihar, Thane West. The builder is JVM Spaces in Thane. Is it safe to invest in this property? Budget is 60 to 65 lakhs. Srushti Vihar, JVM Spaces.
Yeah, I think the project is safe to go with. This project is a very small project of 49 units. Typically, projects of this size don't get into problems. This is the JV between the Srushti Group and JVM Space. It's only 500 meters from Vasant Vihar School and 1.5 kilometers from the Bethani Hospital. Social infrastructure is also in place, and the project is located near the Majiwada Junction, Thane railway station, and in Vasant Vihar itself. The project's pricing is around 8,700 rupees a square foot, and total units are 49. On a year-on-year basis, given a 12% return, which is very positive. Coming to the key data points of these micro markets, since we are talking about ready projects here, inventory overhang is 0. The weighted average price is 8,900, and the price appreciation actually has been only about 10% on an annualized basis. So this project is done better than the other projects in the vicinity. There are 2 more recommendations from our side. Bhumi Acres Phase 2 by Bhumi Group at 7,800 to 8,100. This is a 18-acre project with Phase 1 having 6 towers with ready possession and OC. The building plan CC till the 25th floor is in place, and this is 1.5 kilometers from the Suraj Water Park and 1.3 kilometers from the Hirandani Hospital. Phase 2 is open with 7 towers right now. Lastly, we have Manchester Heights by Akansha Enterprises, 10,340 rupees a square foot, all inclusive. Otherwise, it's 8,500 rupees a square foot. It's a redevelopment project with S+17 structure. Construction is advanced stages, and the project is only 1.7 kilometers from Coram Mall. Developer has delivered Akansha Pioneer, Akansha Rainart, and Akansha Velvet in Thane itself.
All right, Ashwin, so in Thane West, we're giving you 2 recommendations in 2 other micro markets of this region, Waghbhil Naka and Vartak Nagar. Look at Bhumi Acres Phase 2 by Bhumi Group, and there is also Manchester Heights by Akanksha Enterprises. Over the past few weeks, Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has raised hopes with his talk of reaffirming Mumbai's status as the nation's financial capital. His plan to decentralize commercial activity from the BKC commercial complex while building multiple commercial hubs across the city. A grand plan with immense potential for development, but can the CM execute his vision on the ground? Ashish Bhatia has this report.
While Mumbai may be the nation's financial capital, Experts agree that its poor infrastructure, policy paralysis, and high operating costs are preventing the city from truly becoming an international financial center.
Bombay has always been the financial center of India, of the country. So that being the case, I don't think it has lived up to its natural potential.
Bombay can become a global financial center potentially, but its infrastructure challenges need to be worked on.
But that may soon change. It's been over 100 days since Maharashtra got a new government and a go-getter chief minister in Devendra Fadnavis, and if recent statements are to be believed, he has every intention of making Mumbai an international financial center. Key to this being his plan to decentralize commercial activity from the two existing business hubs in the city.
Mumbai is the commercial capital of India, but with the time zone we have, with the geographical location we have, we can make it another financial center.
Right.
So maybe now what we need to create is to create infrastructure, to have technological innovations,
Sure.
and to create an ecosystem where the investors feel that yes, this is the right place to come.
These plans have already taken off, with the CM recently sanctioning a new central business district in Thane. Nodal agencies like MMRDA and CIDCO have also been asked to identify land parcels to create more such centers. Experts say the government's plan will renew corporate interest in Mumbai.
We have the Mira Bhayandar stretch, you have the Virar Vasai stretch, you have the Thane stretch, you have the Navi Mumbai stretch, you have the Bhiwandi stretch, the Ulhasnagar stretch, and overall the greater Mumbai stretch. We have created BKC in Greater Mumbai. Now all these municipalities, if we can create a business district similar to BKC, BKC is 300 odd hectares, similar BKCs if we can create, I think this will drive a lot of companies into the city.
But identifying and building more CBDs is just one part of the problem. Some experts aren't convinced that the government will be able to put up new CBDs and put up the necessary infrastructure to prop them up. Instead, they argue that the focus should be on further developing existing centers.
We have a BKC, we have a Nariman Point, and we have a CBD Belapur. Maybe slightly unorganized, but still we have an Andheri Kurla road. So why not develop these business districts?
Experts are also calling for the government to put in place policies to help business cope with the high costs of operating in Mumbai.
We need to be looking at rentals in the sub-dollar category. For a sub-dollar rental, you need land at realistic prices. And that's where the government can play an important role by creating that land and then auctioning it. Today, commercial developers know the viability. If you can create those around in those 7 different municipalities, they will take those calculated calls, but auction it in a transparent manner where these developers can come and create business districts within the city.
Here the good part is that the government is taking steps to ensure that commercial activity is evenly distributed in Mumbai so that eventually the city can become an international financial center. As the experts have said, the CM will have to lay special focus on making the business environment more friendly by improving infrastructure and reducing costs of operation. From Mumbai, with camera person Raj, Ashish Bhatia for NDTV.
And with that, we close today's edition. Your questions and suggestions are always welcome. Drop us an email at property@ndtv.com. Also, tune into our radio edition every Saturday at 2 p.m. on Radio City. Thank you all for watching. Goodbye.